come on as a guest, please, you can get that information in our bio as well. Hi, Marcia. How are you?
Hello. Hi, I am well. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just wanted to check. I hear a little feedback.
Oh, it's the AirPod.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys this evening? Thank you for doing this. Thank you for having me on your platform. And Jenny was wonderful.
Yes, she
She gave
is. I
good
love her.
tips, good scenarios, and I definitely could relate and identify. So kudos to you, Jenny.
Yes, absolutely. So today, tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Yes. So my name is Marcia Moore, and I am a former forensic scientist. I now am full-fledged into health and wellness due to rupturing a disc in my neck, which took me out of work in 2010. By 2013, I developed autoimmune issues, and I had more than one. So it took the doctor a while to figure out what was wrong. And like Jenny said, when you're struggling with autoimmune issues, people don't understand because when you're not flared up, you seem normal, you look normal, you seem okay. So for you to be functioning normal one moment and then within minutes, you're flared up. And for me, I was diagnosed with mixed connective tissue disorder,
Mm.
where I have underlying lupus, but then I also have MS symptoms, multiple sclerosis symptoms. So that forced me to retire as a forensic scientist. I was in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA section where I had worked for almost 7 years. So in doing that, I'm still a chemist and scientist. So I took the situation, turned that pain into a powerful purpose, and amongst my own healing and journey, created EataCure, which is just like it sounds, Eat a Cure. So it is a wellness company where I teach you how to eat well, live well, transition into better eating. But Eat a Cure is not just what you put in your mouth. So eating a cure is wellness for what you do, mind, body, and soul,
Mm.
because if you're not connected in all three, you're not going to be whole. So my goal is to make you whole. I have multiple gifts and I put that all under. I had the great privilege of joining these ladies with their DJ session the other week, and I say we had a time.
We
I
did.
thank you, ladies, for your platform. You better
Thank
follow I Am Royal Love, guys. Whoever's on my live that's joining in, please. It's not just about lupus awareness. These ladies are really trying to live well, and that is the Eat a Cure motto. Eat to
you.
live, there's more to life. My last name is Moore, Moore. So with that, under EataCure is Caribbean Craze, and that's my Caribbean dance fitness business because my father is from the islands. He's from Kingston, Jamaica. So that DJ they had, he was killing it. You hear
He
me? So
was.
yes, they laughed and I danced like I never danced before, and it
Mm-hmm.
felt good.
It
It
did.
felt free. You ladies' energy was amazing. Then you had your trivia questions in there. It's free, guys. Join them on Zoom. The next one is coming up May 19th. Please follow these young
Oh,
ladies
June
because
12th.
I'm
Royal
sorry, June
Sessions
12th.
is,
Royal
yes.
Sessions. Yes, Royal
Mm-hmm.
Sessions is May 19th. So they have a lot going on. So follow them, check them out. But as for my own story, living with these conditions, you never know when the flares are going to come. So
Mm-hmm.
my company's goal is to just try to maintain some stability for you. And actually, Jenny is right on point. You need a support system. You
Mm-hmm.
need motivators. You need somebody that's going to listen to understand intently because the journey is not easy. I'm walking and healing and I still have bad days. So for me, I incorporated meditation, yoga, my spiritual background. So I stay plugged to be you need to stay in a peaceful state, a homeostasis state for your body to start to heal. So that requires rest, rejuvenation, positive energy, light, those things that you're saying, nature. Because with lupus, the symptoms you have like chronic burning sensation. So for those that are in my circle that exercise, that pre workout or that overworking of lifting weights, and a day or two later you're feeling that muscle burn, but it extends beyond the normal time because you overdid it. Well, that feeling is through your whole entire body in a lupus flare, and it comes coupled with chronic fatigue, and it's not nice. It's not fun. It's
That's a good way
debilitating.
to explain it.
Yes, it's debilitating. I was bedridden on and off for 7 years. And 3 or 4 of them years, they couldn't even figure out what was wrong with me because the tests come out normal sometimes. Some tests come out one way, another test come out. And with autoimmune, it pops in and out. Your body is fighting against itself. I literally had IVIG infusions 4 hours a day pumped into my chest. I still have the port there for those that ever seen me with a lower cut shirt. Every 4 hours for 14 days for a year. I got healed, went back to work temporarily at a medical marijuana dispensary because I'm a chemist. And my natural wellness journey, my neurologist turned me on to medical marijuana as well as some other natural alternatives. And then as the chemist wanting to learn, I just studied more. And then I now, with my company, incorporate 25 plus herbs to help you with your body. They say if you feed somebody, you teach them for that, you feed them for the day. But if I teach you how to fish, you'll be well for a lifetime. So EataCure's goal is to teach you how to live well and preventatively. So there's natural herbs. There's so much on this earth that we can have that gives us well. Most medications people don't even know. Actually, all medications are derived from plant-based sources or natural herbs or elements or minerals from the earth. So if you learn your natural journey and learn what your body needs, then you can function, to me, at a better optimal level on a daily basis. It doesn't mean you won't have bad days. It doesn't mean that you'll never be sick again, even in your wellness. My faith tells me we're broken in this body until we go to glory. So I expect that. I anticipate that. However, you can still live life abundantly here. They told you I danced my behind off that night. But there were times where my children literally had to dress me because I didn't get approved for home health aides yet. So it's very important to stay plugged into your networks and get a support system to help you along that journey. So I employ people, plug into people like I Am Royal Love. Look at EataCure. I give free 10-minute consultations. It's not about the money for me. I want people well. We know we need money to function, to get the things that we need. EataCure also provides products. So when I got sick again, for whatever reason, I had like a pancreatic attack, and they were wondering if it was autoimmune related because all the tests came out negative again. So that's also a frustrating process. Psychologically, it's hard on you. Psychologically, it's hard on your family. So it is important to really learn, educate, and research yourself. So organizations like I Am Royal Love, different things, it's important to plug yourself in. The more education you have, the better you can manage for yourself and for your loved ones. Because you can have a productive life. We had a good time that night.
We did. We did. It was great.
When I got taken back out of work, I didn't understand. I'm going to be honest. I was angry at God. I didn't understand. I felt like, healing is the children's bread. How am I sick again? And, for me, God's ways are not my ways. So I'm thinking he wanted to promote healing, and not to say he didn't, but he said, your ways aren't my ways. I'm trying to show people perseverance. So you're persevering and you're still have a smile. You're still helping people through your pain, through your struggle. That's what I want people to see, because that's my love.
Right.
So I'm thinking we want to see the miraculous, and he still does the miraculous because I'm walking in healing today. But along the journey, when you have your bumps in the road, again, you have to stay plugged in. I told you, yoga, meditation, things to keep you calm and peace. You need to keep joy, righteousness, and peace in your life at all times to help you, because stress will trigger your autoimmune.
Yeah.
It'll flare you up. Stress, delayed stress, pressure, and we know life can get hard.
Absolutely.
We know life can get hard. It's not easy, and no man is an island. And even though it's hard to trust people along your journey, you got to believe that people will come alongside of you. These young, beautiful ladies, the lady Jenny, I mean, listen, there's a network out there if you want it. But for me, when I got upset, God showed me just wait. And that's when EataCure and Caribbean Craze got birthed.
Yeah.
So I had started with CBD products, cooking, more plant-based. I was alkaline vegan at one time. For those that are familiar with Dr. Sebi's practices, SEBI, there's a list of herbs, fruits, vegetables, oils, nuts that are considered alkaline or pH balanced that are neutralized above 7 to keep your body system, because when you're not leveled, you have inflammation. So when you have inflammation, that's where your sickness and disease comes from. Excess sugars, you know, excess starch turns into sugar. So I'm also certified in sports exercise nutrition as well as the BS in chemistry. So I use that to kind of guide. I'm no doctor by any means. I'm no doctor. However, I've been in this journey long enough, and my scientific background, I've done so much where I've just incorporated it in EataCure to try to bring you the best wellness journey that you can. And sometimes it's just the support. Sometimes it's just having someone in. And when you learn to turn pain into a powerful purpose, then you'll see the reason why it makes the suffering just that much sweeter. Not that you want it. You know, nobody wants to suffer. Nobody wants to go through. But let's be real, it's life. So if we can make it easier and pull together one with another, then so be it. So I am a resource for you. I am Royal Love is a resource for you. You know, I found these ladies by happenstance on social media, and the day I found them, they were making these delicious like Cheerio ball
Oh
things.
yeah, for
And
Cooking Day.
yes,
It was the taste testing, and we ran out of
yes.
time, so we came back and we tried it, and she came on live. It was so
Yeah, so I was chiming in and listening to them and hearing intently,
good.
and they started to hear the things I was saying. They're like, well, wait a minute. So we're looking it up and they're trying to find out and research me as I was saying certain things, and then it brought us to today.
Yeah.
So right now, EataCure's biggest seller is sea moss products. So we know that sea moss has, it's been told to have 92 out of 102 minerals your body needs. I
Hmm.
call it a big plant-based super vitamin, literally.
It
So
is.
just like you take your multivitamin every day, or your women's vitamin, or your men's vitamin, or over 60 vitamin, whoever you are, I just believe there are some stipulations. If you have thyroid issues, it's not recommended to take sea moss because it is an iodine source. So if you're allergic to iodine or have a thyroid issue, it is not recommended to take. However, I have learned there's still ways to use it. So as a chemist and a scientist, I like to play, I like to research, I like to study. So I learned to use it in everything. So for those that physically can ingest it, I found some so far that you can use it in other ways as a face mask because it's good for your skin, hair, nails. Put it in their hair, even just use the sea moss water. I don't waste anything. I have some new things coming out that I can't divulge yet, but I learned to not waste it all, and there's so much benefits in it. But since I've been on the CMOS consistently, I started at April 1st, 2020 for a regular basis. Now I knew about it. My dad's Jamaican. You have like the Irish moss drink that you hear people say. And
Hmm.
for those that don't know, it's called Chondrus crispus is the proper genus name. We commonly known it as Irish moss. And that comes from, I think, the 40s. Don't quote me correctly, but I think it was the 1940s or 50s. But the Irish used to use sea moss for during famine times. So that's where the nickname Irish moss came from. And then naturally it spread for the information for everybody else. But there's different kinds. You have purple moss. You have moss from all different areas, and each one has its own, mineral source from where it's located. So naturally, the tropical locations, the Caribbean locations, have a lot more dense nutrients and a lot more alkaline. Here's the key. The key is to keep you alkaline. And I was blessed because I found out that Jamaica has one of the most alkaline lands in the world, and I didn't even know.
I didn't
I
know
didn't even know. I just found that out, and it blessed my soul when I heard it.
that.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Now we know.
yeah,
That's
so
cool.
but they have different flavors. Not flavors, but different kinds, different colors, depending on what coast you're getting it from. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
careful to get it from a reputable source because there are some that make it man-made. Now, I'm not saying it's bad for you, but you're not going to get the proper minerals from where that source is, from the ocean or that region of territory. So it may have some benefits, and you're not going to know the difference sometimes. So you really got to do your research. But EataCure uses a very clean process, and we have so far two distributors that I use: Black and Noble, Hakeem Hopkins in Philadelphia, and I also use Embrace Pangea. I think they're down like in Florida or something. So you want to find some reputable sources to use. But since I've been on it, April 1st, 2020. By June 2020, I no longer needed those infusions.
Wow.
So, because when I had that pancreas attack, I went back on the infusions for a year and a half, and I couldn't understand why. Meanwhile, EataCure was building, Caribbean Craze was building, and I was connecting with more people, and people were watching my journey, and they still saw me push, they still saw me go, they still saw me be able to be a help and a resource to others. So after about 3 months, after myself got healed, family members saw the difference. You have weight loss benefits because it helps suppress appetite. But again, back to the 92 minerals, 92 of the 102 minerals, I just feel like it balances your body. So
Right.
because of that, it helps diabetes. It helps blood pressure. It's good for hair, skin, nails. There's so many benefits that come with the sea moss, and it's a plant-based vegetable. It's just seaweed from the ocean, believe it or not. If you When I told it to one person, they couldn't believe, they laughed so hard. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they said the seaweed you pick up. I said, yeah, not the brown one you see. That's
Right.
actually bladderwrack. The brown one is bladderwrack. But here we go. I've learned these certain herbs based on my own journey, and now I help educate others. So if I can help you heal yourself, to live well, to be well, then I feel like it was worth it. Seriously.
Nice.
So, and then I make plant-based food. My One of my top sellers is plant-based cookies with sea moss. So, and
Girl,
I
I'm gonna
don't
have to
even
try
tell.
that.
I'll mail it to you. I don't even
Yes.
tell people because I want them to see. And being from the islands, Jamaican, we can cook. We cook with flavor. We cook with taste. The problem was I loved food. I love to eat. I still love to eat, but I had to learn how to eat to live. There's a
Right.
difference. There's a
Everybody.
difference.
Compliment.
So if you can learn how to eat to live, you can still have a productive life. You can still enjoy good tasting foods. And that's where EataCure comes in to help you on your journey. So please, you can email us. You can look on social media. Everything is just as it sounds. Eat a Cure. And Caribbean Craze is with K's instead of C's. I'll put that in the comments. CaribbeanCraze.com is where you can order the EataCure products, see about EataCure. It's going to change over to EataCure.com in about a month or two because
Mm-hmm.
now EataCure is the umbrella. So everything's going to fall under that. But
Nice.
I started it as the young lady, she so eloquently introduced EataCure in the beginning of this live. So those who are just jumping on for my portion, check back the beginning. They had a great lady, Jenny, on here who talked about living with lupus, what some of the signs look like, symptoms look like, told you about support groups, and they have their own support group in Pasadena. So check out the great introduction for EataCure from their lovely lady on their
Oh, yeah.
team. And just learn just ways, again, to try to navigate through. Because what EataCure can help you with is not just autoimmune issues. Living well is a total thing that we all need to do. Everybody needs to be able to learn how to maintain this life mentally, emotionally, and spiritually
Mm-hmm.
to be able to function physically.
We did have a
So,
question for you. Someone asked if
sure.
you had a detox kit.
Not as yet, but if you call me for the consultation, once I learn what your personal thing is, we started in 2018. We didn't really kind of get noticed on the map until last year. So we're still building. So bear with us. But my personal meeting with you, I can give you certain things that'll be similar to a detox kit based on. So for instance, I've treated, not treat, not a doctor, so I can't treat. I've instructed or suggested ways for people with cancer, people with gout. There was a gentleman that cut hair. So when his gout flared up, he had a thing wrapped around his wrist. He couldn't use it. So I helped give him a regimen with my sea moss juice. And I think at the time, not even sea moss juice, my EataCure juice, we use 100% juice. I don't even think I was doing CMOS then. I think I was just doing CBD then and some other things. By the time we put his little herbal package together and he drank like two juices, or within 2 days, the thing was off his hand and he was able to cut.
Oh, wow.
So, and then from there, I educated him on the increased iodine that he gets from seafood, which is what it flared up his gout. So because of the experience that I have and being a chemist and the willingness to learn and certified with the sports exercise nutrition, I just take the totality of what I've learned and just share. So blood pressure issues, my I had family members that had diabetes, took the A1C, which is the blood test that you need to test for sugar. They were on CMOS, not even 90 days. It was like 60, 65 days. Their A1C came down from 9.4 to 7.2. And, under 7 is close to normal. And this person wasn't even on a full strict diet at the time in terms of lifestyle change. Now, what I wanted to tell you real fast for autoimmune issues, I'd already told you about cutting out the sugars, cutting out the excess starch, because those things is what keeps the inflammation fueled in your body. But for lupus especially, you really want to cut out dairy. You really have to cut out dairy because the dairy is going to create mucus. Mucus is what creates the inflammation. The more inflammation you have, that's where sickness and disease is created. So that's the key. The key is learning what to eat. So be with I Am Royal Love. Check Jenny, check myself. We can guide you in any way you can. Find your local network in your area. Thank God for social media and things like this where we can connect one with another and help along the journey. Does anybody have any more questions? I know I jumped around a little bit, but
Any questions, guys? No. Well, let us know how we can get in contact with you,
okay.
and they can DM you later.
Absolutely. So here on Instagram as well as Facebook, it's under, just like it sounds, Eat a Cure. So it's Eat a Cure. I think they pinned it at the bottom. Also, we have a YouTube channel. So that's under, you can just type in EataCure Wellness and you'll see a little more stuff, because remember, I do a lot of things, and EataCure is going to be a total umbrella of mind, body, and soul. So one of my other hats is I'm a poet and an author and a motivational speaker. So you'll see some tips on there. I have a blog on, like, a little thing about living with autoimmune wellness or living with autoimmune issues. So I gave some tips on there. Just different resources and tools that you guys can have, mostly free. Everybody doesn't have means. It's still a journey for us as well. So we appreciate everybody's feedback, everybody's help and support. I've had some good people, as Jenny said, I have some people in my support group that really wants this to go well because it's helping a lot of people. So I'm grateful, because that journey to suffer to be where I am today was not easy. But it's definitely worth it, because if it helps give somebody else hope, if it helps give somebody else some light, help give somebody else some motivation or inspiration, then that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Question.
Yes.
Have you actually tested the CMOS in a lab yet as a chemist?
You know what? No, I have not. That is King Simon. I'm actually going to meet with him this Sunday as well. I have not, and I'm not sure how, because I'm not in a regular workforce anymore. I'm technically, believe it or not, still disabled. They did disable me because of the years of non-functionality, been in out the hospitals multiple times a year, bedridden for a long time. But you might have turned me on to something, Simon. Let me see. You know I like a challenge.
Yeah.
But with EataCure growing in the different forms and ways that I do plan to use it, like I said, I incorporate it in everything. I'm going to send you those plant-based cookies with the sea moss, let you see how they try. And as I do more things, I use better natural sugars, natural flours, more of these alkaline flours, no white processed or refined anything. So grapeseed oil, olive oil, spelt flour, coconut flour, hemp seeds, like there's different things that you can have. So in doing my future studies, I'm going to look up what Simon said and find out about testing it in a lab, because the truth is, if it does have 92 out of 102 minerals, you want to make sure it may have it, but it may not have the highest percentages, all the way around. So you got to learn how to still eat in totality. So Simon actually brought up a very good point. You just don't want to believe what you read, especially if this is a way of life for you. But I'm giving you my living testimony, and that can't be taken away.
Absolutely.
So I know I have not had a treatment, an IVI infusion, which is what I needed for lupus. It's immune globulin G. And what happens with my particular condition, my autoimmune, my body attacks itself, but I get depleted. So this puts back what I need that gets depleted from the body fighting itself. Other people need something that suppresses the immune system so it doesn't keep overreacting, causing the symptoms. Right. So mine is slightly different, but being on that CMOS, I have not had it since. Changed the game for me, even more than the CBD. The CBD helped me get off the medications. I was on 17 pills 3 times a day. That's why you couldn't function. Couldn't walk, pain pills, nerve pills. Remember, I had a ruptured disc in my neck. So I couldn't function like the average person. I was on a walker and cane for almost 4 years. So to dance and do that, all I do now, also with lupus, it's a little different than some of the other things. It hurts. It couples with fibromyalgia. I heard Jenny talk about that briefly. Me and you talked about it. Yeah. So the less inflammation you have in your body, you'll start to not feel those senses. Fibromyalgia is the overreaction of your nerve receptors. So everything is heightened and your nerves are constantly like this. Mm-hmm. So what I also learned in that journey is with lupus, even though it hurts, there's a saying, a body in motion stays in motion. So they particularly tell you with lupus, you have to keep your body moving or else it'll stiffen up and lock up, especially because the inflammation goes to your joints immediately. Mm-hmm. So that's where Caribbean Craze came from. Mm-hmm. I started in the water just to be able to walk again. Now, the problem with autoimmune, like we said, in between your flare-ups, you're normal. So even now, it's humbling. It's humbling because as well as I am, as much as people see me dance around and do a million things, it can come back at any time. I had an attack last week where I was in the hospital. I was fine. I felt a pain in my back. Within moments, I couldn't walk. So that might have been more of an MS flare, but by the time I left that hospital and prayer and my faith system and all that, I walked in a wheelchair, walked out, walking to the car and driving home. That's because I eat right. I intentionally do what I need to do. I put myself in an environment and around people to keep my stress levels down. That is key. If I can't stress that enough, for people struggling with autoimmune issues, you have to keep your stress levels down. That is a major trigger outside of trauma. outside of physical trauma to the body, stress is a big trigger for autoimmune issues.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
And it's going to take a while too. You
it
have
does.
to really take your time and be kind to yourself. You know, it's going to
I
be ups
love,
and downs. You have to teach yourself and make new habits. That takes
yes.
time.
And that's hard because we don't want to change. Let's be honest. We only want to do what's necessary. Let's be real. You know,
Yeah,
you want
I'm
healing.
always
We got
telling
to be
myself it
real
takes
here.
time.
Listen, one thing you know
Yeah,
about me, what you see is what you get. As sweet as I
right.
am, as nice as I am, if you want it, I'm going to tell you like it is because I want you well and I want you whole. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you got to push past those moments, push past that just being, just doing. No, 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 no. First of all, you were created for much more than that.
Absolutely.
And there's something that you are here for that only you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't even care if you're a twin, doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
So, when you learn that and you be gentle with yourself, self love, self care, plug into these networks and support groups, keep yourself in a meditative state, a yoga state, something to start your day and end your day as you take on the stress of the world, the stress of day, your duties, your responsibilities. You're a parent, you're a worker, you're, you
Mm-hmm.
know, a caregiver, whatever your role is that is required of you. You want to be able to pour back into yourself. I do a lot of self-care. I have to.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to rest. You have to get rest. And a lot of time with chronic illnesses, you don't sleep right. You don't sleep well. It's not easy, but if you take the time to want to learn, you can. I mean, I was diagnosed in 2013. It's 2021.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it took time. I didn't birth what I do now till 2018. So it took me 5 years to learn how to live well for myself. And each
Yeah.
person's individual journey is different. So be kind to yourself,
Please do.
put yourself around people, educate yourself. People perish for lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Educate yourself so that you can learn how to not live for yourself, but to help somebody else along the way. That's why
Mm-hmm.
you see us two here right now. This is not just
Yes.
for us.
Hand claps. Absolutely. Thank you so
Uh,
much, Marcia.
Thank
I
you for
cannot wait to
having me.
get back together. This was
Yes.
everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed because I totally
Yeah,
did.
it was. This is a good
Yeah.
session. Keep having it. Keep doing it. I encourage you. You're blessing more than you know. You didn't
Thank
know
you
me. I
so
didn't
much.
know you.
I
It was
know.
just by happenstance. And look at the journey already, and we're just getting started.
Absolutely.
So stay encouraged for yourself. Keep
Thank
doing
you.
this
Thank
if
you so
needed. And
much.
I'm on the other side of the world. She's on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast.
Hey. So cool.
So
I love it.
thank you
Thank you.
again.
I'll see
Y'all
you
have a
soon.
good night. All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Guys, this was amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to thank everyone that came in. I saw the House Foundation. I saw Male Lupus Warriors in here. I really appreciate all of you guys. I do want to remind you guys, May 19th will be Royal Sessions with our instructor. I am Jennifer Claw. Go look her up. We have our Love the BDIM conference coming up June 12th. So if you would like to be a speaker or if you want to join, please go in our bio, click the link. And of course, please go check out Looms for Lupus. They have their conference coming up May 15th at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can also go on their Instagram or click our bio. It's all the information is there for you. You can go straight to registering. So thank you again, and I will see you guys on the fourth Thursday of this month. Happy Lupus Awareness Month. Tell somebody what lupus is, share your journey, and, just raise awareness. And I love you guys. Thank you for joining us again. Thanks, friends.